become established and begin to keep the momentum, you definitely want to begin to contract out or create a website, because that presence has huge amounts of benefits to it. Let me give you a couple examples. When you start hiring employees, they need to fill an application out. You can direct them to your website, and they can fill the application out there through a form. They can submit all the information to you through their website by uploading the documents. Those documents will then be forwarded to your inbox, and then you can begin to build a list of potential employees or contractors or companies or whatever it is you are trying to collect, and you can automate the process versus you having to spend time on the phone interviewing them, wasting time with people who are not the best match for your business. So you definitely want to, at some point, incorporate a website into your business, because you can either build your business with the help of people or through technology. And either one, it helps you become a business owner, and it begins to remove you from the process where you can focus on other things. So yes, you will want to have a website, but no, not when you're first starting out in your business. You don't need it, but you will at some point as you continue to grow. Another example is when you start getting those larger contracts with the banks and the government and the other property preservation companies or real estate agents, they will begin to expect you to play on their level playing field. And to compete with the big dogs, you have got to have a website. So if you ever begin to expand your business, then this will be where you will want to incorporate your website also. So some additional things you may want to get is a DUNS number. I'm sure a lot of people have not heard of a DUNS number. If you have, then you are a part of the elite. You've been around for a while. And what a DUNS number is a number that is assigned from the government or from DNB, and this number basically follows your business everywhere it goes, and it tracks the work that you do. It also is a number you use to get credit for your business and to apply for loans. So if you have a DUNS number, you can take that number, go on the government websites for jobs, I'll give that link to you here shortly, and look for any contractual work that the government is issuing to businesses. For example, there was a job that I seen in Louisiana, and you managed about 100,000 properties for the VA for that entire state, and they paid out, gosh, maybe a couple $1,000,000 or toward that range. If your business was a contractor for that area, so you would apply, you would use your DUNS number, and that would be what they would do to help award your business those contracts. And by using that DUNS number, it's like basically your your policy number or your account number, and that number, which, like I said, carries with you throughout the entire life of your business. Those people who don't have a DUNS number cannot apply for contracts. So having a DUNS number has huge opportunities attached with it. So you definitely want to get a DUNS number, and it is free. I'll put the website below for you guys to go ahead and link to that website and get started with a DUNS number. It takes about 3 to 4 days at maximum to get the number, but it is definitely something you want to have for the near future in case you want to focus your business instead of on property preservation. Maybe you want to focus it on contractual work with the government or other agencies. Another thing you may want to get if you qualify for is a certificate of business diversity. It's called MWBE classification. For companies that are minority owned, women owned businesses, you can apply for a business diversity certificate. And what that is that sets you apart, meaning if you have this class, it opens a lot more doors because they want to diversify the industries. So, and you want to make sure you have this to prove that you were certified by your local state governor's office as a minority-owned or woman-owned business. So take the time, visit your state, call your state governor, and find out what requirements is for that. And you do have to have your state business license on hand. You have to have a minutes for your meeting, your first meeting, at least one meeting to organize your business. And they have a list of things you need. It may vary by state, so definitely take out the time when you can to look into this if you classify or if you are qualified for this type of certificate. So now we're going to move on. So once you get your business chartered and set up, your business plan complete, you have all the forms you need to get started in your business, you want to make sure you also create an organizational system. And this is so important. You're going to need at least 3 things. I want you to have at least 4 drawers, file cabinet drawers. You need manila folders, and you also need file folders. So when you begin to make a system, make it as simple as possible that will make your office as efficient as possible. So let's say you got 4 drawers. In those 4 drawers, you're going to have any client emails, you're going to have any business information, the jobs, and any miscellaneous files. So your client emails, you want to definitely keep track. And this could also be on your email address if you have the capacity to store them electronically. But if you cannot store electronically and you prefer to store them as hard copies, I prefer at least doing both, if nothing else, that in your emails, you make sure you have a folder that says the follow-up emails, any emails that are pending approval, and any emails that have been approved. And this is in relation to your applications. That way you know which emails you need to follow back up on by submitting additional information to complete the application to be a vendor. You know which ones are pending approval, meaning you submitted everything to the company. You're waiting for them to send you information that you are in the system. And 3, you need a list of clients you actively work with and you are approved to do work for them. You need an approval folder. Okay? Now your business information, you need to make sure you file all your insurance information, your tax information, the licenses you have filed for, or any other document that relates to the structure of your business. You want to keep that in another file, and that will be expanding as your business grows. The 3rd file, you're going to put all your jobs in this file. And this file may get bigger depending on how fast you grow over time. So what helps for my business is labeling the manila folders by the property address. So 123 Maple Street. And I will have each address labeled throughout the entire file drawer. In each file, each manila folder or the file, I also had made sure that I kept the client's information that assigned that property. The work order number was attached to that address. The employees that were assigned to work on that property. That way I can go back and cross-reference if anything comes back up where I have to follow up on any work. I can reference it really quick because I'll have documentation on what employees were assigned. The dates the work were completed. Sometimes you may do a property and then you get assigned the follow-up of that work a week or 2 later. So you want to keep a tracking log of the dates that you worked on that particular property. Sometimes maybe just one time, but definitely keep track of those dates. You want to keep track of the jobs that you did at that property. Did you do a trash out? Did you clean the property? Did you cut the grass? Did you remove X amount of paint, gallons? So keep track of the jobs that were actually complete for that property. You want to have your property condition report in that property. That way you can see how the property was when you got there and when you left. That way if something comes up, a question about a pipe that was busted, you can quickly reference, well, when I was there, it was not busted. That way you know between the time you left and the time of the